Hello students, welcome to my channel. Today we will study modern periodic table. Let's start. The very first question is, what is periodic table? Periodic table is that table in which we arrange the elements which have been found so far in accordance to their properties, and there is a parameter for their arrangement in the periodic table, and that parameter is their atomic number. So we arrange all the elements in an increasing order of their atomic number. The main question is how to study modern periodic table in an easy and simplified way. For that, we can divide the periodic table in 3 steps. One is periods, second is groups, and third one is blocks. Let's study them one by one. So first, what are periods? Periods are the horizontal rows in the modern periodic table, and there are 7 periods. Let's take them one by one. The first period contains only 2 elements, hydrogen and helium. Here is the second period, which contains 8 elements starting from lithium ending with neon. Here is the third period, which again contains 8 elements starting from sodium ending with argon. And here is the fourth period that contains 18 elements starting from potassium and ending with krypton. Here is the fifth period that also contains 18 elements starting from rubidium ending with xenon. And this is the sixth period, and sixth period contains 32 elements starting from cesium ending with radon, atomic number 86. And this is the last period in the periodic table starting from francium ending with oganesson, and this period also contains 32 elements. Dear students, in the 7th period I want to share some information with you that starting from 113 to 118 these elements have been recently found, and those are encircled here in the red circle. This element is called nihonium, and nihonium means land of rising suns, that is Japan. This is flerovium, and 115 atomic number element is moscovium, then livermorium and tennyson, and the last element 118 atomic number oganesson. Dear students, have you noticed any pattern in the periods? Yes, there was a pattern, and that pattern was 2, 8, 8, 18, 18, 32 and 32, and these numbers are sometimes called magic numbers. In order to understand this, let's go back to the first slide. Here there are only 2 elements, that is why number 2, and here 8 in the second period, third period again 8, fourth period 18, fifth period 18, sixth period 32, and seventh period also 32. That is why we call these numbers 2, 8, 8, 18, 18, 32 and 32, and sometimes we call them magic numbers. This is full-fledged periodic table, and at the bottom of the periodic table you can see 2 additional rows, and these horizontal additional rows are called lanthanides and actinides. In the lanthanides there are present 14 elements, and similarly in the actinides there are present 14 elements. Now the groups. This is the first group, and in the first group you can see the first elements of the first group are called alkali metals, and the mnemonic for that is Helena ki Rab se faryad. This is the second group, and the second group elements are called alkaline earth metals, and mnemonic for them is Beta mange car scooter baap raji. And this is the third group, fourth group, fifth group, sixth group, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. Students, from the group number 3 to group number 12, there are total 10 groups, and the elements of these groups are called transition elements. Let's move to the next slide. This is group number 13, and elements of this group are called boron family, as the first element is boron. And for mnemonic, in order to learn easily this group, we can remember it as Baba Ali Gaya India Te Lene. This is the 14th group, and this group is called carbon family. And in order to remember this group, we can call it Kahe Shivji Suno Parvati. Kahe Shivji Suno Parvati. This is the 15th group, and it contains nitrogen as first elements. That is why it is called nitrogen family. So for mnemonic, you can remember it as Nana Patekar Asrani Sabhi Bikau, or New Zealand, Pakistan, Australia Sabhi Bikau. Group number 16th, elements of group number 16th can be called chalcogens or oxygen family, and mnemonic for this group is Usse tipo. And group number 17th, elements of this group are called halogens. Last one is group number 18th on the extreme right hand side of the periodic table, and these elements are called noble gases or inert gases. Noble gases or inert gases. Again, this is the full-fledged periodic table, and at the bottom you can again see two rows, and as I have already told you, and that these first row is called lanthanides and the second row is called actinides. Now third is blocks. For the sake of study, there are 4 blocks in the modern periodic table. One is S block, P block, D block, and F blocks. So this is full-fledged periodic table. In order to study the 4 blocks, we will separate these groups into different blocks. Let's see, here we have made a distinctive division of those blocks. Let's see which portion of this periodic table constitute which block. So you can clearly see in the slide that first 2 groups constitute S block, and group number starting from 13 to group number 18th constitute P block, and S block and P block elements together constitute representative elements. We call them representative elements. And the remaining block, that is D block, starting from the group number 3 to group number 12, there are total 10 groups, and these groups are included in the category of D block. And as I have already told you, the D block elements are called transition elements. And at the bottom of the periodic table, those 2 rows, first is lanthanides and second is actinoids, we collectively call them F block. Let's sum up what we have studied. In the long form of the periodic table, there are 7 periods, 18 groups, and 4 blocks, and mnemonics. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.